All right, so turn on the haunches. Turn on the haunches is something that, okay, it's going to give you more control over the outside of your horse. Turn on the haunches. A lot of people think of it as a pivot, but it is not. What you want to have is front legs crossing over, right? So we're turning on the back legs. You want to have both of the back legs walking a small circle so that there's never a pivot, and you want to maintain forward intent. The other thing that will often happen is you'll find backwards intent, meaning the horse kind of backs up through the turn rather than goes forward through the turn. So there's a couple different ways that I like to work on turn on the haunches. I think the box exercise, which is what I have set up here, is probably the best first way to introduce it. So what you do is you walk a square. So I'm walking straight, and then here I would ride a turn on the haunches. Same thing with that cone. So in order to ride a turn on the haunches, I want to have my horse bent and positioned towards the direction of travel. I'm going to sit on my inside sit bone, and I'm going to put my outside leg back. The reason I'm going to put my outside leg back is because oftentimes when you're riding a turn on the haunches, this outside hind leg will step this way at the same time as the front leg's going that way. And so then we call it just a turn on the middle. So you're really, it's easy to turn, right? Turning is turning. We can all turn. But you need to try and get this outside hind to come almost this way rather than wanting to go that way. So that's why your outside leg is back. So it feels very much like a canter transition. And you know what? If your horse mistakes it for a canter transition, you're going to tell them they're brilliant, because they are not completely wrong. All right, so I prepare, right bend, outside leg back. Yeah, good boy. And then my right leg activates to help him come straight again. Now right bend again, balance, and I'm gonna think, whoop, whoop, whoop. See there, he wanted to step the hind leg wide. And I kind of caught him, and I scared him a little bit. All right, so I'm gonna let his hind leg step wide when I'm over by the camera again. So that was a really nice fluid turn on the haunches. The whole horse just kind of went to the right. Okay, so inside sit bone, outside leg back. Feels very much like canter. Okay, so if I don't have that outside leg back, of course he's gonna do it because he's a good boy. He's like, she's not doing it right, but I'll do it for her. So there, see he turned, but his legs went very much that way. So that's what your outside leg is there to really try and help protect. Outside leg back, pointing the belly button around the turn, trying to capture that outside hind and bring it underneath the horse's center of gravity, okay? So then what we're gonna do is ride this at trot. Now, when I ride it at trot, I'm gonna pick two cones. So let's say green and yellow over there. We're just gonna say green and yellow. I might switch it to green, yellow, and blue. I don't know. But you're gonna pick two diagonal cones that you're going to ride your 90 degrees around, right? And then the other two cones, you're gonna ride basically a circle. You're gonna ride like normal so that you're not throwing this at your horse constantly, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and pick up my trot. I'm just gonna go ahead and start with a circle until I feel like we're confident with our trot. Go on, bud, good boy. Because this horse can tend to suck back and everything anyway, so priorities. All right, good boy. And notice I'm not on top of these cones. They're just there for a marker. All right, so green. Right bend, sit up, outside leg back. Oh my goodness. Good boy. It was like, that didn't feel right. And that's okay. Balance up. That's all right. Good boy. And you're going to play with whether or not you need to be in your sitting trot. Right bend. Yeah. Good boy. So what this does is it helps kind of teach the horse that it's possible for him to literally just pick up his shoulder and move it around the turn. So he doesn't have to just kind of keep going down with those shoulders. Right here. Good boy. Good boy. See, now he's getting the hang of it. And that's the thing with repetition, with like these pattern exercises. Right then. Good boy. With these patterns is that run and walk. They can start to recognize the pattern and know what to expect. Even if it's a little funky the first couple of times you ride it, it'll get better because horses are not stupid. All right, the other thing I want to show you with turn on the haunches, I'll do something like this, okay? I'll have a post or a barrel or a jump standard, and I'll say, okay, put my butt on it. Keep going. Keep going. Good boy. Something like that. Just exercises for him to think about and have to do, and move his hind legs and get all of your horses used to these pressures. And I think that riding this box exercise and being able to do it at walk, trot, and even canter is going to help everybody figure out what their outside barriers are and ride off of your outside aids. Now, if you're going to ride it at canter, you're basically going to abandon box and you're going to ride a teardrop. So somewhere over there, you're going to ride 2 steps of like a 90-ish degree turn, right? And then the rest of it, you're going to say, cool, bend, thank you, good job. And then, start there. And then as your horse gets good, with my FEI horse, I could do a box just like this. But that takes a lot of balance, a lot of training. And, I don't even think that this horse could handle it. I think that this horse would have a conniption. So he's a special case. Anyways, I hope this is helpful, and I'll see you all soon. Good boy, Sam.